Another great product brought to you by TAP Security Products. We're offering now some BZ Watchdog merchandise. We have a beanie, a mug, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. Get them while supplies last through the website TAPSSECURITYPRODUCTS.com. Well, hello. I'd say good morning, but good evening, YouTube. CFW is not here, and I'm going to get into that in just a second as soon as you guys load up the chat. I got some loud and exciting news for y'all today. Exciting, maybe not pleasant, maybe so, maybe not. I hate to keep you guys in expense, but I'm just waiting for the... I did run into Kruger today. So I did have that going for me. Got some great footage. I was trying to get you guys on the live this morning, but my signal cut out. But I got it on the body camera. Frank Pants. Wear those pants. Wear those pants. Don't drop your pants. So, you're excited. Feel these nipples. Anyways, I know, right? It's kind of a little chilly in here. Just saying. No, but I threw questions at him. And guess what? He don't answer questions. But anyways, okay, we got 18 people in here. 18 people. 18 people. So just getting ready to take this down a notch. So I've got some bad news for everybody. And I've got maybe a little bit of good news. But, okay, so as we all know, Carolina was charged with interference of government duties or interference, obstruction, whatever you want to call it. And then she was also charged with falsifying alarm for yelling, help, help, rape, rape, fire, fire. So in other words, we went to trial this morning. One of the juries didn't show up for a second day in a row because she was sick. And then another juror had to run to Midland because her daughter had just got arrested. So they declared it a mistrial. Yay, mistrial, right? It was a mistrial. But they turned around right away, did another jury selection that I sat through all day long. So at about 1:30, her trial started. We thought we had a decent jury selection. And at about, I'd say about 4:30 this afternoon, because we were waiting on some other things that I'm going to get into here in a second. They came back with a verdict of not guilty on count 2, which is falsifying alarm, which held a Class A misdemeanor. But on Class B, interference with government duties, they found Carolina guilty, which holds up to 180 days in jail or probation. Okay, now I think she selected probation depending on what they determined to give her. Now she selected for the jury to rack out her punishment and not the judge. So, I'm going to let you guys know now, I probably would have stayed with the judge handing out the thing, because I'm scared for tomorrow, because we got to go back tomorrow for the jury sentencing here. I guess there's like another trial for jury sentencing. And then then we're appealing afterwards. So we're definitely filing an appeal. But unfortunately, because it was late, her bond was technically revoked because she showed up for court. The judge tried to bend over backwards to try to get her a bond at the bond company there, because the prosecutor was just being a dick. Like, well, that's the law, Judge. Her bond's revoked, and the guy's a total douchebag. I can't tell you who he is until after the trial, because we don't need no interference. There was some stuff that happened that I came late on, thank God, and I wasn't associated with. So the judge like automatically deemed me in with one of those knuckleheads today, but I sat there and I was quiet and I didn't have no problems and watched and took my notes. Now, the female cop is the only one that testified, the one that had the least amount of time on the job and at the scene. And she lied on the stand 3 times that I could count because I got my notes. So, but yeah, that's the news. Carolina's in the clink until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. She's in like an overnight cell. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, she'll be back in court at 9 a.m. for her sentencing trial. I guess they have a second trial here in county court level, district court, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, guys, that's what's up. So she's been found guilty on one charge and innocent on the other charge. And I really thought we were going to have this fair trial, but it was kind of a circus show. Her criminal defense attorney's not bad. I mean, he's pretty good. Hello, April Rain. She in the house? Where's she at? Oh, there she is. Hello, April. So yep, that's what happened, guys. I need some help though, guys. I know I took the whole day off. I didn't do a live stream. And now I'm here. I need some help, fellas. I need some help, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let me do this. You can do it like that. Here, we'll just leave it like that. Chuck Bronson, I'm gonna let you know what charges. Interference and false alarm are the 2 that we went to trial for. She was found guilty for interference and not guilty on the falsifying alarm. So they just stacked those charges as much as they could. What's up with that? I see something. Jeff, what do you got? What is that? We got something in the house that we shouldn't. No, man. It was it was a mistrial because the juror didn't show up. And then they had to do another jury selection. They had to introduce all this evidence back in and all this other shit, like a separate trial. So it was a circus show, man. Show me some love. I've been gone all day. Poor Brownie over here missed me. I've been gone all day. I've been gone like 12 hours. Been gone all day. And I did run into Kruger, guys. I got some more footage on Kruger. I asked some questions. He didn't answer questions. I think he invoked his 5th without saying anything. But technically, is that invoking your rights if you don't say the words? But no, her lawyer, man, she had 2 lawyers. And you know what? The one lawyer did pretty decent in court. But I would have gone at it a little bit harder if it was me. There was more he could have probably done, but he didn't suck. He was pretty good. But that DA, man, the effort was persistent. Thank you, Raymond McLeod. Appreciate that, brother. With a $5 super chat, keeping me alive over here. Anything helps. I appreciate it. And keep you back. I'm gonna keep you up there for a while. Interference is the same thing as obstruction here. That's the same thing what it is. Lay down, Brownie. Lay down. Lay down all the way. Good boys. Well, he didn't lose the whole case. He only lost one of the charges. He won the other charge. He got the other one dismissed. Now, we have a sentencing trial tomorrow. What's going on, Four Corner? So we have a sentencing trial. I guess there's like a second trial. The trial is going to be based on sentencing. They could just give her time served. They could give her probation. It only holds up to 6 months. Same thing that Chili got hit with. Except for Chili got hit with interference and resisting. I think. Was it interference? Like obstruction and resisting, I think. Exactly. Send a Cash App instead of YouTube. But, hey, Raymond, I'll take whatever you can send, buddy. I do appreciate it. I got Cash App. If you can send it that way, that's great. PayPal, Venmo, GoFundMe. If you can't, and you have to do it through through YouTube, Apple Pay, or Super Chats or whatever it is, that's fine. That's fine. Anything that'll help me keep me going, guys. I got some really good footage from yesterday, and I've really got some good footage today, and I'm trying to piece all this together. I saw you live earlier, bro. I saw part of it, but I had to go back inside the courtroom, so I will go back and watch the rest of it, Jonesy. I've been out and about, man. When do you guys know me to ever leave home for one lately, and to go sit at a courthouse all freaking day? I did it to support Carolina. Man, I just feel bad because that judge tried to bend over backwards to get her bonded so she didn't have to spend the night in jail. But that damn copper, man. That damn copper. The DA, actually. That guy's just a dick. Can't stand that guy. But yeah, that's what's going on. Jonesy, how about you come up? Let me send you an email real quick. Let me send you a link. Anybody who wants to come up and talk about Carolina's case, I mean, that way I'm not just repeating myself. If you have questions, I'm okay with you coming up. Let me just you're in vertical mode, so I don't know if the link will work. You may have to type it in. Chuck, you're more than welcome to come up if you want. There's the link. I just dropped it right there. But Jonesy, Chuck, I'm gonna just email you the thing. Just because Brick Petit, Chuck Bronson, Lame Yard. Guys, come ask me questions. Keep the fire going. We close out I was editing some software last night and I forgot to close out my thingamajiggy. Uh-oh. My computer froze. There we go. Okay. That's right. That's the way the blue line loves it. Okay, Chuck and Brick, I sent you the links if you want to come up. Yeah, there we go. I thought my whole face froze right there. Mr. Potato Head, as Chuck likes to call me. Mr. Potato Head. And then I set up the wrong damn link earlier. I got them backwards. It's because I didn't have Rami doing all my editing for me. That's what the problem was. Because Rami does such a wonderful job. And I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah, this was like a 14-hour day today, man. It was a long day. That's Grateful Dabs. You could have said it any better. That's exactly what the lawyer told me. That's the only reason that they were hitting it so hard. Yep, obstruction, interference, it's all the same. Jesus, man. Come on, reload that thing. I don't know what's going on with my internet. No, I ain't using the Windows update right now. Futchers. Let's connect to my internet. Close down that, close down that, and close down all these windows, these tabs. There we go. Now I'm back. Relieve a lot of officer discretion. Let me keep that $5 up. Hey, there he is. There he is. You gonna say something to everybody or what?
I just came in. Hold on now. Let me get.
You gonna say something? He's like, "Good evening, YouTube." It might be my new thing. I don't know.
What's up?
You're like that Good Morning Vietnam shit.
What's happening? What's going down in downtown, eh?
Angry vet. What's that? I had to eat before I got on camera, man. I couldn't do the eating in front of everybody. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it, guys. I don't care who y'all are. I just can't eat in front of people. Last thing I need is to
have
be
that trouble.
eating something and have a meme made out of me. It's Scooter Audits. Is that what your new nickname is? Scooter Audits?
I like it. I like it.
That came from Rami, dude. He comes up
Yeah.
with some good shit sometimes.
I like it. It's funny. No.
So what do you got to ask about Carolina or Kruger or any film I got today?
Yeah. So she lost the trial.
Yep, I literally just got home and let Brownie out from the lawyer dropped me off literally on his way out of the because I'm like 2 miles from the courthouse. But
was she able to present the video that she shot?
Well, so everything leading up to when Kruger says you're under arrest, Kruger did not testify. He was under subpoena, but he did not testify. Can I have to go let off someone's weekend? Poo. Okay. Pew pew. All right. So they subpoenaed both those girls. They subpoenaed a total of 5. But that one girl that didn't even really say anything, that was off to the right side, the one that was trying to move her camera at the end, was the one that got to testify. And tell you what, that I caught that girl lying 3 times on my notes. I mean,
yeah, I mean, so with the cops and them testifying, really, ultimately, I would never, ever trust the cops, right? When it comes to them testifying on the stand. It's just something that I just wouldn't do. What I prefer is video evidence. And so when it comes to
let me tell you about this video evidence, though. You know what the prosecution did, bro? They took, you know how she had 7 minutes of video and then she had a live stream right before that? They took her live stream before that. They took part of her 7 minute. They took part of the overhead and spliced it into the narrative like the trolls do.
Okay. So was she able to present a defense?
Yes, but she was only, for some reason, something was in the deal with the court that Kruger could not, that they could not show Kruger. Oh, that's what it was. To drop the resisting and evading charge, Kruger couldn't testify and they couldn't show the excessive force.
What?
Yeah, that was the original
deal.
That was the original deal before.
Counsel.
Hold on.
Mistrial.
Hold on. No, you don't know Texas law. You're in New Mexico.
I don't care what Texas law is. What I care about is
they made a deal. When you make a deal, you can't break the deal. They made a deal before it went to trial. Before it went to trial, if you hear me.
She made a deal?
Hold on, I'm going to have to mute your mic. They made a deal.
Bro, I'm going to leave if you're not going to sit here and answer.
Well, because you keep interrupting me. I'm trying to tell you. They made a deal. I don't know exactly who in the party was stupid enough to do it, okay? I don't know if it was Carolina when she was playing around with the pro se shit or if it was the attorney when he came on. We don't know all the facts. I don't know all the facts. All I know is they made a deal. It kept Kruger from testifying, and it kept them from showing the excessive force video.
Okay, so
the minute he says, you're arrested, that was done at the end of the video up to that point. So.
All right, so was she able to present a defense?
She was able to show the full 6 minutes of her live. That was about it. That was the only video she got to show.
Okay. So they did not show any of the video from the surveillance.
They did up until the point where it says you're under arrest, Carolina. That's it.
So, but she wasn't able to show anything else.
Anything after when Kruger said you're under arrest, no other video was able to be shown.
Yeah, that's inadequate counsel.
And the cop that testified and the cop that was with her, the 2 females walking, failed to turn on their body cams. So we don't have any body cameras of them.
And if what you're saying is true, that she made some kind of a deal or her attorney made some kind of a deal.
I think it was her. I think it was her being dumb before she got the attorney. But we do have a bunch of grounds for appeal. So we're not really too worried about that. But Now, Texas does this crazy thing where you have the trial and you get found guilty, and then you go back in and you have a second trial.
I understand.
Okay.
I want to start from A, then move to B, then to C, and then to D. Let's not move to Z.
Oh, that's the outcome. That's what we're updating everybody on.
I understand that. But we didn't see what happened in trial.
I did.
Right. And that's what I'm asking you about.
Okay. Well, if you want to start with the trial, we're not going to start with anything else prior to trial. I'm talking about when I walked in. Go ahead. Stop getting frustrated because you got your scoot.
No, I'm not getting frustrated because of the scoot, which is awesome.
I was trying to make you laugh, buddy. Sorry. Go ahead.
And I appreciate that.
Scooter audits.
I'm getting frustrated because I'm asking some very simple questions, and instead of answering the questions, you're talking about some other things.
I don't answer questions.
I know you don't.
None of us should. Fuck.
So she wasn't able to provide. She wasn't able to provide the defense because a deal was made prior to her going to trial.
Okay. Yeah. So prior to this lawyer taking over, I think, if I had to guess, because remember how she kept saying they kept changing up the charges when she was representing herself, like they were dropping 2 and then adding in and dropping. Well, I think she had made a deal at that point okay, we're going to save ourselves from a civil suit. You don't show this and we'll drop the evading and resisting. I think that's what happened.
Okay? You don't make no deals with the devil, people.
Never. I would have taken all that to court, shown the excessive force and everything.
Yeah, your defense is everything.
Yes.
Everything. Whenever you're innocent, when you did not do the crime, you do not suppress evidence ever.
But I will tell you, so when I went into court today, well, let me go back to yesterday. So yesterday we all show up thinking she's going to have this trial. Okay, because they did the jury selection Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, one of the jurors don't show up because stomach ache, called in sick, whatever. Okay, we get it. So they continue today at 9 a.m. Problem is, same juror didn't show up. And then another juror said, well, I got to run a million because my daughter just got arrested. Bam, mistrial. So they turn around and do a jury selection that quick. So it takes all morning. We get a jury selection and we start another trial at 1:30. So I'm going to stop there for a second for you to catch up.
So the mistrial, with that was in regards to what charges?
Same charges. It was supposed to take place yesterday, and because one juror didn't show up, the same juror didn't show back up today, and then another one had to leave. So we were short jurors. So they had to declare it a mistrial.
And I'm trying to understand because maybe mistrial doesn't mean the same thing in Texas as it means in other states. From what I understand, when something's declared a mistrial, then it gets thrown out and then you can't be charged again.
Nope, that's not true. What a mistrial means is something procedural, something happened that got messed up in the procedures.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore we're going to throw it out and we're going to start over.
Right. So now she's being charged twice.
Well, she's not, because the other one there was no exoneration and there was no guilt on the first one. It was thrown out because they never even got to start the trial.
Well, that's my point. Your right is that it's not about conviction. Your right is about charging, right? So what it sounds like to me is that the court unconstitutionally charged her twice.
No, that's not how it works. When you get found declared, say the charge of not guilty tonight, okay, and say the other charge.
Hold on. Charge of not guilty. You mean conviction?
2 charges.
Hold on.
She's got 2 charges. That's what I was trying to slow you down on, because you look so confused right now.
I am, because you said if you get charged to not guilty.
No, you didn't. I said not guilty. You didn't hear. You didn't. Your earphones or something are cutting out.
No, I have no idea what you said, bro. Go ahead.
Trust me. How about everybody in the chat? How about help me out here? There you go. There you go. Brick. See?
I don't care what he says. I don't care what
I just
he
realized
says.
it was him when I looked up and you
what
said
I
that.
care about is our rights.
Well, the thing is,
and it's not a game. If you don't know your rights and you don't learn the law, then this is what will happen.
You don't know your right, though, because
I do know my rights.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's not my fault that the courts will violate people's rights. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to explain how the court works to you.
I don't care what the courts say, okay?
No,
Marbury versus Madison I would take it back to the 10th Amendment before the clauses.
They were by the book on this one because the prosecutor was a dick. He was even trying to fucking put...
So you're telling me that the judge didn't rule his court?
Judge did not want to put Carolina in jail overnight because of 15 hours. And the DA's like, well, no, because of this law, and judge, you have to go by the law. Kind of pulled the Lane Myers. Basically, the DA pulled the Lane Myers tonight.
Yeah. And somebody didn't know their rights, and somebody didn't learn the law. Instead, they went in there half-cocked, believing that some attorney is going to figure it out for you, making deals.
No, the DA that came in there last minute is a guy who tries fucking capital murder charges. They switched him up at the last minute, like last week.
What's that got to do with anything?
This guy he goes for heads, dude.
So?
You don't care.
So
he's not as
who cares?
Inexperienced.
The prosecutor is the prosecutor, no matter where you go.
Put it this way, he's the top ADA for the entire district.
And
I'm
not understanding what that's got to do with your defense when you're innocent.
Brick, did you want to come up here and start an argument tonight?
No,
I've been fighting with the court system all day today.
I see that. And that's why when I ask you a simple question.
It's never simple, though.
No, it is, bro. I asked a very simple question. First question I asked. First question.
No question.
The first question I asked was she able to show her video? And then you wanted to go on this other thing about.
No, I said which video.
Her video. It's very simple. It's a very simple question. Her video.
She had two of them. So which one are you referring to? The 7-minute one where she got
her video. Bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. If you can't understand some simple questions.
I told you already. They showed it.
No wonder shit's so screwed up in Texas.
I told you they showed it all
because
the way up.
When people get so stuck on the law,
under arrest,
right? Listening to these people tell you what your rights are rather than looking at the Constitution and reading it in plain and simple English and then learning the law and understanding exactly what they're trying to trick you over about. That's the problem, is nobody knows their rights and they won't stand up for them.
That's not it, dude.
It absolutely is. I'm going Lane Myers on you right now. You don't know your rights.
Okay, so...
When you're telling me that she got charged twice.
She didn't get
and that's not double jeopardy.
No, it is. It's not double jeopardy, bro. You need to Google double jeopardy. You just need to Google it. You don't even need a legal.
They mistrialed it, right?
They mistrialed it because they labeled it as a mistrial. They can still turn around and file charges, dude.
Okay.
That's not double jeopardy.
Did the charges get filed before the mistrial?
And that's what I was trying to explain.
And it was thrown out as a mistrial.
Every time you get this way, you cut me off and you don't let me talk. And then you get pissed off and say,
I'm not saying. I know what a mistrial is.
You don't want me. Okay, you know what, Brick? You're absolutely right, because that's the answer you want, Brick. You're right.
I know I'm right, dude.
You know everything. That's why you're a judge at the Supreme Court level.
I know what the Constitution tells me.
Awesome. You are the best man ever, and that's why you know everything.
I know what.
And you're right.
I know what the Constitution tells me. It's not my fault that the courts suck. It's not my fault that the judges suck. Okay.
I'm just telling you, buddy. You want to sit here and say, I don't know my rights. People don't know their rights. But I have a feeling you don't know your rights. If you're going to
side with the court on this, bro.
I'm not siding. I'm trying to explain, but you just won't let me. You won't be quiet long enough to let me.
Go ahead and cop-splain to me.
You talk over me.
Go ahead, cop-splain.
See, you're still talking. Run your.
I'm going to mute up. You cop explain as to why.
You're not going to mute. You're going to end up talking over me, dude. It's not double jeopardy unless you've been declared not guilty on a charge in a case. They can't come back and charge you for that same charge. They cannot try you for that same charge. See, you're not listening. There's no point. Have you ever been?
I am listening. I hear what you're saying.
No, you're not, buddy.
Yes. And it's BS. It's absolute BS.
Just listen to dub-ups for once.
Bro, I don't care what he says. Charged twice versus trial. It's charged. Charged. Charged.
No, because you still been charged.
The word
brother.
is charged.
No, you're still.
It's plain and simple English.
But on a
What's so complicated about it?
On a mistrial,
I don't get it, dude.
You're
how are you going to let a lawyer tell your rights are?
Linda, listen. When you're out on bond until your bond's been revoked or it's been satisfied, you're still been charged and arrested at one time. Your trial may be having a second trial because it's a mistrial. I mean, that's
my point. It's a mistrial, right? Therefore, what has to happen? They have to charge you a second time.
You're not being charged a second time. You've already been tried. You've already been charged. Here, why don't you go to the Britannic? Here's got the Britannic right here, or you can just go with the regular dictionary. Such as one, the jury cannot agree on a verdict. Okay, so that's different. When a mistrial is declared, it has several implications for the defendant. First and foremost, it means that the current trial proceedings are terminated, which is what happened, and the defendant is neither acquitted nor convicted. The case is essentially reset, and the defendant may face a retrial in the future.
So that's not
the definition of mistrial, buddy.
That's not a mistrial.
That is
it's a retrial.
That is the definition.
It's a retrial.
Of mistrial.
It's not a mistrial. It's a retrial.
It's called a mistrial. You're calling it retrial because you want to sound right.
You literally just said it in the definition.
You're wrong.
You're
wrong.
Am I wrong?
You are wrong. Yeah.
Am I wrong? Oh, so the courts or somebody on the prosecution makes a mistake, right? Where they can't get their shit together on time, and all of a sudden, because hold on. They made the mistake, we can just call it a mistrial and move the day.
Let's go to Michael Eli's channel. Michael Eli, here we go. Ask him. Can you be retried, right?
Yes, you can, but you have to know your rights.
A mistrial. There you go.
I'm telling you right now that if you know your rights, you know what your rights are. Right? I don't care what the courts say.
You're calling it a retrial. The court calls it a mistrial.
Right.
You call it a retrial. Listen to what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. What's so complicated about understanding that you've been charged twice for the same crime?
It's not double ups this time. Here, how about a different person saying the same exact thing? There you go.
How many times did she get charged?
She had 4 charges.
No, for the same crime.
She's not getting charged. She didn't get arrested again for the same charge.
How many times did the prosecutor charge her for the same crime?
1 time. When you get arrested, you're charged once, Brick. You don't understand the difference between charges.
How many times did they have to file charges?
Look, here.
How many times did they file charges?
Oh, my God. The 1 time, Brick. When you've been arrested, you get charged. There's an offense report. That offense report is still the same case.
That's not official charges.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not talking about that. I'm not talking about your arrest booking report and all of that. That's yes, I understand what that is. I'm not talking about that.
Can I get somebody else up here with some legal education?
How many times did the prosecutor charge her?
1 time. How are you not understanding
after the mistrial? What happened?
They set for a retrial.
Okay, and what did they have to do to do that?
They didn't have, no, because the charges still stand. Her bond was already done. There's no trials. There's no.
Where did the prosecutor go? What did he do with the paperwork? He had to write out some new paperwork, right?
Take care of my headache or my thorn in my side, please.
He had to write out new paper. I'm sorry that you guys don't know your rights. Okay?
Can someone come up here and talk to him? Because I don't want to argue with him.
I'm sorry you don't know your rights. I don't care what the courts tell you.
I actually have somebody watching who's sending me emails. That's not. And I'm going to forward this to you. Actually, you know what? I can pull this up in my email. Hang on a second. I'll just pull it up in my email. Okay? This comes from a former cop whistleblower.
Oh, okay? Great, a cop. Let's listen to the cop tell us what our rights are. Let's listen to the lawyers and the cops tell us what our rights are, people.
God.
Bro, I'm not falling for your BS, bro. I know what my rights are. I understand that the government is corrupt, dude. You don't have to tell me. I understand that these people who are in the government, who work for the government, don't know our rights. You don't have to tell me that.
I think you need a nap.
No, what I'm telling you is that you don't know your rights. And it's not my fault, right? It's yours. The founders laid it out very simply, bro. It's plain English.
Okay, here, let me do this.
You are not supposed to be charged with the same crime twice.
They're not mistrial happens. They haven't.
That's it.
Brick, they haven't dismissed the charges. That's the problem. The charges have not.
And why call it a mistrial?
Because it has to be done.
Because it's BS language.
Because they have the choice. They have the choice.
So you're telling me that it's BS language, right?
It has the choice because no, the trial didn't go through. The trial didn't go through. So you're talking over me again. Converse.
Cool story, bro. Cool story.
Okay. This is how you want to act. I'm putting you in the basement until you chill out. Because I hate when you act that way. You act like a petulant child, and I'm not in the mood to deal with that. I asked if you want to come up and talk, not to act that way. Now, somebody that actually knows the court system, that they want to come up and explain it. Because I've got a dude, I've Googled it. I've looked in the damn LexisNexis dictionary and everything. And the way I said it is the way it's coming up. I mean, Jesus. DMA, come up, please. Here. Come up. You've got more time in the court system than anybody else. Please come up. Just getting tired of arguing, man. DMA, come up, brother. Go ahead, Brick. You get like go handle your little channel, dude, and go cry. I'm done with you too, man. I'm tired of doing this back and forth with you because you always think you're right. You're wrong. You're wrong about 80% of the time. I just don't have the heart to tell you. I'm just done. Just done. I don't care. I'll gain 10 subs for the one. I don't care. He keeps talking over me. So I gave him a chance. He wants to get mad like a little 2-year-old and cry. And I'm done talking about it. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. It's about Carolina, not about whether he's right or not. Yeah, come up, DMA, because I want you to – I'll tell you what happened with their case, and you can explain – I mean, like I said, you got more time in the court system than anybody else. Jeff, dude, I'm not trying to argue. I told him that 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I don't want to argue. I'm not trying to argue. Wait, he said he unsubbed, right? Did he say he unsubbed? Is that right? He unsubbed? He unsubbed from my channel? Did he really? Did he really unsub from my channel? Then how about that? There you go. I can play that game too. Bye-bye, Wrench. De-wrenched. De-wrenched. Just like you did to me on your channel. De-wrenched. De-wrenched. Wasn't a miss wrench. It was a D wrench. How about that? Bro, just hate when people don't get their own way. They cry. It's my channel, dude. Come on, let me do my thing. Stop talking over me and being rude to me. Shit. I'm just tired of everybody taking control of my channel, you know? I said you want to come up, that's fine, but there's some etiquette here. Etiquette. Etiquette. I'd rather deal with DMA because he's much nicer and calmer. Much nicer, and he's been with the court system a lot more. No, he'll be back for be back for a retrial. Yeah, he's got to go cool off. I just didn't want to argue, man. I'm tired. I've been up since 6 a.m. It's 8:10. Dude, I'm trying to, you know, all I do is help people, and I just get slapped in the face. I'm getting tired of it. What is up with my broadcast? Oh, there we go. Okay. I probably have too many windows open. Let's see. Let me start a poll. We'll start my poll right there. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Brownie was a little, he missed me a little bit this morning. April rain, April rain. Just waiting for DMA to boot up his computer. Anybody else? Anybody dub wubs? I don't know, man. I might get people mad at me because you come up. I declare this trial, let's see what does it say. I declare this trial of the trial process to be in recess. No mistrial means no, I mean, dude, there wasn't that many. I mean, there were a few objections on the prosecution side, but there really weren't too many Dude, we had one witness, one cop. Was it a circus show? Yeah, but it's got grounds for appeal. Now we just got to worry about the sentencing trial tomorrow. They locked her up tonight. They had to revoke her. The bond was fulfilled, I guess. The judge tried to keep the court open for a while and literally made a phone call to the bond company trying to get them to extend the bond for the night, but nobody that can make the decision was going to be there until tomorrow at 3. No, Keebler. And speaking of Keebler, how did your trial go? Was it a continuance? I didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday. No, he doesn't think he misunderstood. He just thinks he's right. So let it go, Rob Wiederman. Let it go. She's guilty, Greg B. Guilty. That's what this is. She was guilty, found on interference with public duties, and she was found not guilty of falsifying an alarm. And she made some sort of deal, I guess, that if they agreed not to show the excessive force, then they weren't going to be able to show the Kruger excessive force arrest. So basically, up until the point he says you're under arrest, that's all they would show in the video in court. So I don't know what was made, how it was done, or why it was done, but it's called damage control in the state's I mean, I think it's because they were trying to. It's tomorrow. Oh, good deal. I think Mata's is tomorrow too. I thought it was today, but it could be tomorrow. But I will be there for her sentencing again. So that's why I need to help you guys need to help me with some funds. I'm not going to be here doing these live streams and editing videos and stuff. I'm going to be out there where I can't film because of the damn courtroom. But I am taking notes, just so you guys know. I did get Kruger on camera, which y'all didn't do. I did. But I was taking, here, let me get rid of this camera for a second. Let's see. Bam, 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 bam. Took some notes. That's the notes for the defense. Notes for the prosecution. Because the trial was only like 4 hours, 3 hours. So, got all my notes. Got all my notes. I think he was just mad because I missed his live, man. That's why I think he was mad at me. Scooter audits. That's going to be him. I ain't mad at him anymore either. That's the funny part. But I can't do the arguing. DMA. Man, it takes forever, man. You need to get a new computer, buddy. Sin City, Giggles, and Liberty in the house. Do. Sin City Giggles. Brownie's doing all right. He's over there sleeping. He's just happy that Daddy's home. Yeah, Carolina got locked up. Locked up for the night. She's only locked up for the night, guys. They could just give her, after they do this like sentencing trial, they could give her like time served for putting like 1 day in jail. Yeah, he went crazy when he saw me. Oh my God! Oh my God! I feel privileged. I got the myth, the man, the legend himself in the house.
Hey. Hold on 1 second. I thought I was writing, but I'm not.
Okay, hang on. I'll put you back down in the basement. Let me know when you're ready. Here, actually, I can do this. Hang on. I can. There we go. I'll just wait till he's ready, guys. I had to figure out which icon it was. I'm still new at this whole. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm new at this whole studio thing, man. I'm trying to be like more like you guys and stuff. All high tech in the studio, not out in the field like I usually am.
Yeah. No, I do stuff as I go. You know what I mean? A little bit here, a little bit there, but I'm getting pretty professional now, dude. I got like the mic, I got the lights now and everything, so I'm not like dark shadow face.
Well, you know that talk we had when you were down here in Texas when I was with you in Carolina, man. I started thinking like the way you started going about it. My whole life got changed because of the trolls about a month ago, and I said, "Screw it, I'm gonna be like DMA and kind of just dive right in and do this full time and do what I can and trying to do it."
Nice, dude.
But fucking about legal reform, they are like hurting cats.
So you want to fill me in, bro? Because I have no.
Okay.
Actually, I trial today. So what happened?
Let me start you from the very beginning, okay? Because I know you probably haven't been in tune. Okay, so Carolina originally did this. You remember you came down here when Carolina got dunked on her head by Kruger. That's what this case was.
Yeah.
This was the interference, false alarm, evading, and resisting. Yeah. So at one point, she decided she was going to represent herself. And I told her she was crazy for doing that. Somehow, she got the resisting and evading charges dropped. And I didn't know how. I was wondering how. Well, somehow there was some backroom deal made that if they would not show anything past Kruger saying you're under arrest of any video, then they dropped the resisting and the evading charge. And left the falsifying alarm and the interference.
And she didn't agree to that, did she?
I guess supposedly they did because that's what happened.
So yes, that was her attorney. She told me she had an attorney.
Well, she kept saying that. Like she said, I'm representing myself. But she's had an attorney now. She has an attorney because I've met with him. And
they already agreed to not show anything on that.
He seemed a little disappointed, like it was a deal before he got the case. So I think it was something that she might have done on her part, trying to get the charges dropped. You know how she thinks she knows everything.
So then what happened today? A mistrial or what?
Well, let me go back to yesterday, because yesterday was the trial date. Because Monday they did the jury selection. So today, or yesterday, one of the jurors decided they were going to call in sick. So they had a stomach bug or something. So they were out of jurors. So they said, okay, we're going to continue it to today. So we come back here this morning, same jurors out. And then another juror said, I have to run to Midland, which is like 5 hours away, because my daughter just got arrested. So they bugged out. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to declare this a mistrial and we're going to start jury selection right away. I got 40 more jurors sitting out there. Let's go ahead and bring them in. So they went ahead and started bringing in 40 juries and doing a jury selection. And we got done about 12:20 with their jurors. And we thought we had, I looked at like at least 3 of the jurors thinking, okay, we should be good. I was worried about the other 3. We had 2 lawyers sitting in, we had a teacher sitting in, and then we had like 3 other professions or whatever. So I thought we were going to be good. But so at about 1:30, the trial started. It went to about 4:30-ish. And the only witness out of 5 subpoenaed officers, including Kruger, including the 2 girls, the corporal that showed up as the supervisor, and another officer that was on scene, the least amount of time that it was the one female officer who'd barely been on the scene long enough. She'd been on the job less than a year and a half. They made her testify. That was the only person that testified. So she testified. They crossed. They did all this. They deliberated, came back and said, for the charge of falsifying an alarm or reporting an alarm, not guilty. So I'm like, all right, cool. Hit us with the second charge of interference, guilty. Now, the interference holds less time than the falsifying alarm. But I think with that video, it would have actually shown what happened, and all the charges should have been dropped. I don't know why they made a deal. I would have left all 4 charges and shown the whole video.
Yeah, that's just absolutely crazy if she made some deal, because she could have got found not guilty on everything. The reason why they gave her that deal is, this is the thing, guys. When the DAs are making you these deals, they're not making you the deal because they just, they're trying to be nice to you. They're making you the deal because their case is weak. And so they're just trying to get you on something. That's what they're doing. They knew that they had a terrible case and she was going to be found not guilty. So they tried to do that. I don't know why she did that, dude. That's absolutely crazy, man. Yeah, I told her, dude, I said, hey, this is not just you on the line here. This is all of us. Every single person in the community has a vested interest in this particular case, because this is a huge win for us, man. So I don't know. I got to talk to her. I don't really talk to her that much, but I need to talk to her and see if she was the one that did that.
Oh, let me get to that point, because you're not gonna be able to talk to her right now.
Yeah, so she's in jail right now. So what happened?
Yeah. So anyways, so when they found that she was not guilty, everybody decided that we'll just go ahead and have the sentencing trial tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So I guess she gets to have a second trial. They basically get to have a trial on why they shouldn't punish her at the max, and why she shouldn't get any time or probation, or basically like an opening, closing trial kind of thing style. And then on why and I guess she gets to speak or whatever. And basically, because she elected for the jury to hand out her punishment. So,
okay.
So I mean, they could give her time served, but so what happened was the prosecutor decided he was going to call the judge out, kind of like a Lane Meyer situation, and say, well, judge, that's not the law. She's still on bond, or her bond's over because she showed up for court. You can't just extend the bond overnight because you said, blah, 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 blah. So the judge went out of the way of calling the bond company himself and trying to get her bond extended for a day, just so she didn't have to spend the night in the jail. So she'll be, I mean, she just literally went about an hour and a half ago. 2
So
hours
he
ago.
couldn't get that taken care of. So now she's in jail until tomorrow.
Yep. And I think the DA did that on purpose. He was really sticking it. I mean, and it didn't help that Mata, Harvey Freebird, and Joe Cool showed up yesterday, and with like the little situation that occurred right about the time I showed up, and Mata getting in Kruger's face with the camera. It didn't help. It didn't help things. I mean, hell, I was tearing down my gimbal when I was getting ready to walk in the courtroom. Judge walked out. I didn't even know he was a judge. He's like, "You're not filming, are you?" I said, "No, I'm everything's already shut off. I'm just breaking down my gimbal." He's like, "All right, well, you got to read the signs," because he was pointing me out like in the courtroom, like, "You with the We Don't Stop hoodie, you." I'm like, "Me?" Like, "Yeah, you can't be filming. You read the sign." Like, "Judge, I understand the rules. I'm not recording. Everything shut off." Like, goddamn. I mean, it's like they were so big about the recording in there because I guess they made such a big stink that it messed up the jurors. I don't know. I wasn't in the courtroom. I'm just going by what I heard. But I guess supposedly their outbursts while the judge and the lawyers were in the back chambers. I don't know why they left the jurors out there. But somehow they thought they were trying to taint the, I guess tainting the jury selection or the jurors. So I don't know that I wasn't in there. I came late.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but like on stuff like this is, nationwide news. We need to look, we're the victims, right? So the more calm and respectful that we stay, then the more foolish they look. We don't want to give them any ammunition and be acting stupid.
Well, the lawyer was good in the closing argument because he was like, Carolina didn't interfere with him. He interfered with her. They knew that she was out there filming. Y'all put over the radio that she was in the area. Y'all allowed her to walk there. You didn't have any crime scene tape up. There were no flashing lights. There were no cones. But I think you had some bootlickers in the mist, man.
Well, I mean, it has to be reasonable too. Like, you have to give her a reasonable amount of time to disperse anyways. And he didn't give her that. He just, "Oh, I told you one time, that's it. Okay. Slam your face into the concrete." You know what I mean?
Well, and the cop questioned the lawyer questioned the cop on the stand and asked her, when did, here, I got my notes right here. Hang on a second. He said, how many times did Kruger say that there was an investigation going on? I heard twice on that video. I've heard it over and over and over. I've only heard twice. The cop said 3 to 4 times the first time. Then on the second time, she said 4 times. So her answer changed to a bigger number.
Yeah.
Through between the prosecution and the defense on the cross-exam. Now, the other thing that the defense lawyer asked was, how long from the time that Kruger said, or till the time Bots, which is the female cop, said that we're doing an investigation, did Kruger say you're under arrest? The cop said 10 seconds. She didn't even get the sentence out.
No, yeah, it was like 3 seconds.
There wasn't even that. She was trying to get the words out. This is an active investigation. She couldn't even get it out.
Yeah.
But Kruger said arrested and took her down. So I have the notes on key things that were asked and said and lied about on this. I also got great footage of the 2 female cops walking away this morning when they were subpoenaed and going in together. I got great body cam footage that I'm trying to move over of me trying to question Kruger on the lobby. I came at him like a journalist. I didn't get in his face though, like Mata did in accusing him. I just asked him like 3 or 4 questions. They walked around and then I said, "Oh, you're lucky I'm overweight, or I'll be chasing you up them stairs asking you more questions."
So hold on a second. So is her attorney going to try to get a stay of execution pending the appeal?
That's probably most likely. Well, here's the thing that we look at. If they give her probation, which is most likely what it's going to be anyways, she's not going to have to do any jail time anyways because she has no felonies on her record. So she could be offered probation.
Right. But I mean, she still wants to get the stay. She doesn't want to start doing any probation.
No. What I'm saying is even if she starts the probation while we start the appeal process, she's not locked up like Chili was.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want her to have to do anything for that. You know what I mean? I don't want her to do 1 second of probation. That's stupid.
Well, the thing is, even if she gets it appealed for any kind of time on probation, it's still like a day in jail. You still can sue for all that.
Right.
So, it's just they're trying to do damage control. But something's going on where it has something to do with his jacket. There's something in his jacket, man. I mean, there's something. Right now he's on medical leave. There's all kinds of other stuff going on with him. From what I heard, there's, I guess, and this is all hearsay from what I heard, that, because I didn't hear it from the defense team. I've heard it from just through the rumor mill, that he's had a restraining order against him, against his kids and his wife. His wife's going through divorce with him. I've just heard a bunch of stuff. I mean, the guy's just got obviously some issues. And then the same thing happened over in Irving, back in 2013, I believe it was 2015, something like that. So, and then he pulled the gun on Mott at the beginning of the year. I mean, the whole thing is this was retaliation, and they couldn't get Kruger on the stand or all that evidence in there. If we could have proved that it was retaliation, all those charges would have been thrown out.
I don't wonder where she got this attorney, because initially she had an ambulance chaser, and I was like, dude, for the love of God, please, you need a civil rights attorney. And she's like, oh, he's good. And I was like, no, I finally convinced her to not. And I know a lot of people don't like my attorney because they say, that he's made some mistakes, but he's better than an ambulance chaser. And he actually is part of some really big case law here. It's Irizarry versus Yahaya, which is basically like case. Smith versus Cummings, or like, it's kind of like that one out here in Colorado. But he was going to take her case too. He was going to do it pro bono. And then I guess she fired him too, to go with whoever this guy is now. But I can tell you one thing, at least, that my attorney, Milo, he wouldn't have told her, hey, yeah, we're going to just take this deal to get rid of that footage, man. That's crazy, dude. That's her whole case right there, is that footage. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just, so she's stuck in there till tomorrow morning, man. She's in some little clinker, or they're walking her across the street to the jail or whatever. But I'm going to be there tomorrow morning again.
Make sure you ask the attorney to ask the judge for a stay of execution pending the appeal.
Oh, he already talked about it. He's actually a criminal defense attorney, this guy here.
Yeah, I know.
The guy that we have now.
I'm just saying, make sure you remind him, because
he's the one that brought that up to me when I was asking, well, what do we do about the appeal? And what about?
But I mean, you can only use in the appeal the same stuff that you use in this trial. So if they don't have that footage, then they can't use that either. I mean, it's very disappointing.
Well, the point is, with the interference part, the thing is he pressed on. If you look at their general policies or the general orders, it states that they have to have a clearly established perimeter or secure crime scene. The girls were walking away. There were no flashing lights. There were no cones. There was no crime scene tape. They brought all that up, and I don't know how they still managed to still call it interference. The jury, I'm swearing, man, there were some bootlickers. We had one guy that was a former judge / lawyer. He was a city judge or whatever, so a magistrate. Then you had another engineer lawyer, and then you had a teacher. So you had 3 people that were probably looking at it. The other 3 people that I saw in the jury looked like they were just going to do whatever the first 3 said.
Yeah, well, that happens a lot. I mean, that's the thing too, is you guys got to keep in mind, it's not actually really what the law says, it's what the jury thinks. And so we are the minority. I know a lot of people don't understand that. I didn't understand that when I first got into this. I thought, oh yeah, it's just like everyone, these guys are heroes and everyone loves us. And I didn't even know what a troll was. And then all of a sudden I started getting these trolls. And I was like, what is this all about? And I realized what it was. And then, as you do this and you start realizing, yeah, people can't stand us. And they think, that we're just there to antagonize people and cause a conflict and stuff. They truly in their heart of hearts believe that. Yeah, she took the deal before the attorney. Yeah. So, if that's the case, then that's just, God, it's so frustrating, dude.
I think she took it when she was by herself, or when she had that ambulance chaser before she got the criminal defense.
No, it must have been when she was trying to do pro se, because I don't think that's what it was. But the other
Jeff, you're not a troll, buddy.
But what was I saying about we're the minority? And I don't know what my point was about we're the minority.
You were going about the stay of execution with the appeals process, and that's kind of where you started. It started leading into about how the jury is the one that ultimately decides.
Oh yeah, the jury. So that's the thing. It's what the jury thinks. And so like Long Island says, and I agree with him, you know, and I agree with him also from seeing myself on video in a courtroom, in a federal courtroom. And I'm like, it doesn't really look too good. You know, the way I'm acting, you know, it's kind of cringe. And I'm like, so when I see that stuff, I'm like, okay, that's true. Now, you know, there's time and a place for everything, right? Like public sidewalk. Okay. Maybe it's a little bit different, you know, but like when you're in a building, you know, this isn't a building in her case, but stuff like that. You want to look, you want to be, you are the victim. You know what I mean? So you want to be the victim the whole time. So when you're up, when the trial, you know, like maybe somebody's cousin is a police officer. I mean, you never know. More people are back the blue than anti-cop.
Actually, those were questions they were asking in the jury selection.
Yeah. Yeah. They asked those, but
like, you got any family that was police officers? Raise your hands.
Yeah.
Saw hands going up.
Yeah.
So we were trying to weed out the bootlickers.
And sometimes you get lucky too. Like in my trial, I got pretty lucky. I got a really good jury trial. I got a good jury. And then Regan, she got a really good jury too with hers. So you just get lucky or you don't. You know what I mean? They take a whole nother set of, what is it, 6-man jury?
Yes, this was a 6-man jury. I think because it's the misdemeanors on in the district court.
Yeah.
See, we don't have a county court level here. We only have a district court level. Oh. Now it says county court, criminal county court, but we don't have like a real county court. Basically, your district court's going to hold all your felonies and stuff. That's really what I mean. That's really
so the jury is going to get sentence her.
Yeah, the jury's going to be the one that sentences tomorrow.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because if they found her guilty, they're the last people that I would want sentenced.
Well, it's kind of a good thing, because instead of a judge just saying, no, this is what your punishment's going to be. Hold on, I got something about DMA's analysis in my email. Hang on a second, man. Hold on. This guy DMA seems like a solid analysis of the situation. He has a good understanding of the legal system and the reality of auditing. And you know what? The guy that is a friend of mine in Carolinas, he's an ex-cop whistleblower. And, you know, he's an older gentleman, and he's going through some federal court stuff himself. So he understands the court system pretty well, and he's been on the other side of the fence with law enforcement. He was one of those cops that didn't want to be anywhere near the bad cops. So he worked like inside the station and stuff. He didn't want to be out there on patrol with them guys because he didn't want to deal with that shit. But he's dealing with some similar stuff, man. Even though he's not an auditor, he's still dealing with some similar shit. I mean, he knows what kind of bullshit they pull and what kind of bullshit they do and lie and cheat and steal. And
so so the thing with that other guy that was up here saying mistrial or whatever, I guess what he was saying is that he thinks that the interpretation of the Constitution should be that if they say it's a mistrial, if you have a mistrial, then that should equal a not guilty verdict, essentially, right?
That's what he's saying, and
because it's charged twice. I don't have to read it what it says, but I don't know.
It's charged once. I mean, you're being charged once because you're only arrested once.
Right. I
mean, if you were charged once and your case was dismissed and you got arrested again, then you'd be charged twice. Mm-hmm. But the charges are still the same charges. You're just being. Well,
it's been that way since, you know, the founding of the country, right? They haven't just like changed that within the last 50 years or something, right? Like there are probably cases in like 1801 where, you know, they had a mistrial and then they had to do a new jury selection and all that kind of stuff, right?
Well, I don't know. If you want to call it a retrial, well, that might be the case, but you got to have a mistrial first to be able to do a retrial or a retry, you know. But when you're found not guilty, you got a not guilty verdict. They can't come back and charge you for it again. Yeah. That's and that's what I was trying to explain to him. But it's like with her, like with one of her charges, the falsifying alarm. They can't come back and charge her for that again.
Yeah.
But if she would have been hung on the other one, or it would have been anything other than dismissed, they could have came back and said, okay, we're going to try you for interference again. They could have.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, she's going to be able to speak tomorrow. We told her not to take the stand today because that was going to be the worst thing she could have done. The DA, the ADA, he's like the top. There's two DAs up top or whatever. And this is like the top guy right below him. He's like the third guy in line. And he was trying. This guy does capital murder cases. And he's in there doing an interference freaking case.
Yeah.
With a falsified alarm.
They want to make sure they get her.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a disgrace that district attorney even wants to pursue the charges, man. I mean, he saw the video.
He hates auditors,
That's disgusting, bro. Dude.
He hates auditors.
That's what I'm
this
saying.
county's red, bro. They're a bunch of bootlickers here.
Yeah. So those guys from last night on that panel, they're from Fort Worth.
Yes, I'm glad you were covering that.
If they're from Fort Worth, there's no way in hell they were trying to act like they don't know who Carolina and Fort Worth is. There's no way if they are police officers in Fort Worth that they don't know about that.
Well, okay. So
that guy Eric is a freaking manipulator, dude. He's trying to pretend like he wants to call out bad cops. He wants to do nothing of the sort, man.
Eric works for Fort Worth PD. The Banning guy, the guy with the beard, the Grizzly Adams guy.
Yeah.
He works in Jacksboro, which is about 20 minutes up the road. And then the other dude was from Chicago.
Yeah, that Daniel guy, I didn't like him either, man.
Detective Thornton or whatever.
Detective Thornton was the only good one up there, man. Banning wasn't too bad, actually. But he said a couple things that was it was contradictory. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that other guy, Levine, the guy that was hosting the panel, guy's a piece of trash, dude. I just reached out to Detective Matt Thornton just a little bit ago and told him, hey, man, I think that you're watering down your image by associating with those guys, man. That guy's not a good look, man. He's totally opposite of what you're about. And I could see right through him, man. He's fake. He's phony. But yeah, that just proves it. The fact that they both said, oh, I don't know who's CFW, right?
Well, they're trying to claim like, oh, we can't talk about our department because we're on YouTube and stuff in our capacity.
But then they're over there saying, oh, that, you know, we would like to call out bad cops is what we do. And then somebody says something about Carolina and Fort Worth. Oh, I don't know who that is. You know what I mean? And trust those guys. And he's trying to justify all the lying that they're allowed to do. And guy, I was going through my panel. I'm making a bunch of shorts out of that, of all the contradictory stuff that guy was saying too.
Yeah, that would be good too. I mean, I'm trying to pull up the Eric's LinkedIn profile. That's how I found out he was from Fort Worth PD. He kept saying like TCU, and I'm like, man, that's right down the road. These guys got to be from Fort Worth. I mean, let me put this up on the screen.
I would never work with that guy for anything, man. Like you were like, oh, hey, man, if you're in Fort Worth, I'd like to work with you to call.
Oh, you didn't see how I came in there, man. I was coming in there being a dick at first, and then he wasn't reading my comments. So then I started trying to go the opposite route, trying to get his attention. And so I was trying to say all kinds of shit to get his attention, trying to see what he'd say. This is the guy right here. That little douche right there. That's his LinkedIn profile. I mean, look at this.
Oh, that's the Eric Levine guy?
Yeah, this is the Eric guy right here.
Fort Worth, Texas?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Kruger's probably his buddy, dude. They're probably friends.
Probably. I mean,
and then he was trying to say, oh yeah, our department has great training and all this kind of stuff. And come to find out, he works for Fort Worth Police Department, one of the most corrupt departments in the country, dude. What an idiot. I couldn't stand that Eric guy.
Yeah, here's his whole LinkedIn profile. Look at Sergeant Fort Worth PD, founder of Two Cops, One Donut podcast, lives in Arlington, Texas. Contact info. If you guys, there's his birthday, February 12th. If you guys just got access to LinkedIn, you get all his. He even went to TCU. That's why he was talking about doing that TCU program. TCU, though, I did meet one decent cop over in North Richland Hills, which is like nearby. And that one sergeant, I'll tell you right now, he was probably one of the Carolina and Cody High Roller had a run-in with him, but I didn't like the way that they acted with him. I thought he was being so patient with them. And when I got out there at that post office audit, he's the only one that defended my rights at that post office and took the time to investigate and say, yeah, he has the right to film it here after his guys trespassed me. So, you know, even though one auditor has an issue with somebody 2 years ago, they could have. It's like that. It's like that conversation you had with that dude on the phone, or was that no, that was James Freeman. I'm sorry, James Freeman. You know, James Freeman called that chief of police up the other day.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't see that video? I think Direct D was showing it on his. I don't know. I can't remember where I saw that, but basically talked to this guy and said he had learned from his mistakes, and he got busted down from chief down to patrolman, and you know, just so. But what's he saying? I wish I'd have known that last night. What am I missing here in the chat?
I think he was in the chat for that live stream last night.
Oh yeah, you know what? Probably, yeah, because these are same set of people that are always in here with me. Did you see my arrest?
No, I didn't see your arrest. I'm always one of the last ones to know what's going on.
I finally got hemmed up by Fort Worth PD myself.
What happened?
After I spouted off the law, you want me to show the video? It goes real quick. I mean,
Sure.
It's like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, while you get that set up, give me a minute.
Yeah, I'll get rid of your screen for a second. Dude. I can't believe he hasn't seen my arrest. That is insane. Everybody's seen my arrest. Dude. Hey, got some more information. What do we got? What do you got for me, RD? He's trying to look like Walker. They all try to look like Walker, Texas Ranger. Dude. My arrest. There's the little guy. There he is. Cue this bad chicken up.
Is that a crime? Unwanted touching of a public utility box?
You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. So let me blow this up. Now I'm gonna just show you the last 6.5 minutes of this arrest because this is where the car shows up, and I'm actually gonna do it in like 1.5 speed for.
They're showing up right there. Here we go. They showed up. Hey, make sure your body camera's on, officer, so I get this body cam footage and hear what they're lying to you about.
Yeah, well, they don't have jurisdiction.
Kind of looks like Kruger.
Federal property right there, so.
Uh-oh, man with a camera. Technically, I never set foot on their property, so.
Look at this little guy, man. He looks like a mini Kruger.
You got your body camera rolling, sir?
Hang on,
Body camera rolling?
What's that?
Were you live streaming?
Yeah.
The vertical live stream?
Yeah. I had a lot of people.
You know what you should do, man? You should get you got a gimbal and stuff, you said? You should get a setup where you can do have a static recording that's like a vertical one or a horizontal, and then you can do your live stream with the vertical if you want.
Well, I forgot that day because this wasn't like an audit. This was in fact, the trolls got on me and cost my Uber job because of this, but I have my body camera right here.
Yeah.
This is what I usually have, center mass, running static and landscape.
Yeah.
and then I've got my phone vertical mode. But that day I didn't think to grab my body camera when this happened because I wasn't wearing it on my chest like I normally do.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't. It was the heat of the moment. I just was trying to get my phone on live because it wasn't going well for me, and so because this live stream lasted like an hour and a half from start to finish. This is the last 7.5 minutes before my stream went dead.
Do police have a contract? Did Fort Worth Police Department have a contract with the post office to have jurisdiction?
No, they don't. I've done. I have literally done all these records requests. Nobody has jurisdiction. Now they do have to respond to a 911 call. It's like some sort of policy or law or whatever it is. But there's no emergency at the post office when we're in there, unless there's a fight or something or a robbery or something. Somebody that can respond quickly. That's why the if you look at the rules and regulations of Poster 7 in the memo basically says there's anything going on, call the Postal Inspection Service before you do anything. Don't call 911. That's what the memo says.
Yeah.
But these people just don't read the memo or don't care about the memo. They just want to get us thrown out of there. Hillsborough, we get it, man. We get it. We've all done our fair share of post offices. I'm sure DMA's done his fair share of post offices.
Yeah, I have some.
They're dangerous, man, because all they do is call the police, and the police just do shit like this guy right here.
I'm gonna pull that. I want to see what lies they tell you. Don't mute the mic.
I'm gonna slow it down a little bit here. I'm gonna pause it when this guy walks over to me, but you look at this guy. It looks like Kruger, man. Look at this guy.
You coming to talk to me?
Look at that guy.
Yeah, he does. From that distance, he does.
That's what I thought it was when he drove past me too originally.
Yeah. Okay. Before we get started, per your policy of 703, can you go ahead and identify yourself, please? Okay. Thank you, sir. So what did they tell you?
So they're saying that you're refusing to leave.
I'm not on their property. No trespassing. That's a public utility box. So you can't own a public street. You own beyond the gate, and you put even a sign up here. I'm refusing ID, sir. If they want me to leave now, here, if you want to hear what happened, okay. I was up here. They demanded ID from me. I told them to call the resident. I was picking up for an Uber. He refused. He got an attitude with me. I called the customer twice. I went ahead and called the customer. He was acting with idiot, felonious here. Okay, didn't want to let me go through. And then next thing I know, he told me to leave. I'm at the gate. I'm not backing up into this busy street where people are running. I told him, open that gate. That Bronco wasn't there. I said, I'll make a U-turn and I'll leave. I'll be more than happy to. He decides he wants to escalate the whole situation. Cars are backing up behind me.
My curiosity is in when they asked you to leave, why didn't you?
Because he had already called the cops. Now the second gentleman who's now smiling over there, thinking you're going to arrest me or do something, he came up and he started to defuse the whole situation. No problem. I was getting ready to leave, but then I asked, did you call the cops? Confirm with security guard. Yes. So I stayed away. So I've been here, I don't know, an hour and 15, 20 minutes waiting for you guys. So I would have been gone an hour and a half ago. This would have never.
Hey, DMA. I don't know if this is true or not, but Keebler's saying that the Eric guy, that Sergeant Eric Levine, the guy's the board of directors for the Brotherhood of the Fallen.
What's the Brotherhood of the Fallen?
I have no idea. It's got to be, yeah, Brotherhood. Here, let's look it up real quick. Brotherhood FortWorthTexas.org. Okay, that's Fort Worth, or I'm sorry, Brotherhood Fort Worth. Shit, how did she spell it there? WFTX. Okay, WFWTX.org. Brotherhood. It is, man, Keebler found that pretty quick. It's some sort of nonprofit. So it's remembering the fallen. So it's basically up, yep, thin blue line flag, terror flag.
Then see more contradictions because remember last night they were talking trash about the blue line flag stuff.
Yep. And he's the board of directors too. Go figure, right?
Yeah.
So, but there, let me get back into this. You're gonna look at this guy's look on his face too. Eyes all closed, like he just don't want. He's like, bro, I'm there because I waited an hour and 15 minutes since they said they called the cops. I sat there and waited for them to show up.
Right.
But
I guess why didn't you leave an hour and a half ago?
because they called the cops.
Right. So now we're out here. Now we have.
Now that you're out here, now you're having to deal with. I wasn't going to run and believe whatever they told you. But you know, if you know, first off, sir, public utility. I've never crossed the threshold of that gate. I've never entered their property. He did assist me backing up into the street, which is why I'm parked over there now. But see that gate? I never entered their property.
Why is this an issue?
Because you're here. You're asking why it's an issue. Obviously, you're here. So if you like,
You're the issue.
I'm not the issue. I was filming. That's the issue. You guys have a problem with First Amendment. Then if you want to give me your CAD number with a card, I'll be more than happy to leave.
Only because you're causing an issue.
What issue am I causing, sir?
Because you're refusing to leave the premises, and now we're out here.
My car is over there, and I'm not on the premises. I'm not on the premise. Sir, you see that no trespassing sign? Okay, no trespassing. I'm not no unauthorized person.
Now, what do you think so far, DMA?
Well, it looks like they put the no trespassing signs on the area. That's where the line is, right? So if you go past that line, then you're on their property, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, if they would put the sign up, if you're already on the property, they put the sign up, you know, where you are right there.
Right.
So that's a public sidewalk then until you get to that specific area, right?
That whole road was vacated by the city in 2004, which means that they own the street. But here's the problem with that. There's case law out there that shows that, like let me give you an example. There was this old couple that lived like right by a school, but they didn't have a sidewalk. The kids were walking in the street or walking on their grass, and they got tired of it. So they went to the city, they got permits, they put in a sidewalk to give them a place to walk. But after 6 months, they realized it was causing the dogs to bark, they had graffiti, the vandalism. So they decided to take out the sidewalk, and they got sued because they put in a sidewalk, which was an implied public right of way. You can't just take it out once you put it in. Now, this used to be owned by the city. The city initially put this in. Now, when they vacated it, they still left the easement. That's why I'm leaning up against the utility box, because the public works place has still got to come over here on the sidewalk to work on that public utility box. That's why the no trespassing sign is past it.
Yeah.
It's actually at that gate access point. That's an entry turnaround point, because that little arm on the left side where I said lift the arm up so I can make a U-turn, is to naturally allow the flow of traffic back out into the intersection, because if I backed up with cars coming in, they're running through the intersection and hitting me.
Well, you can look up the survey too to see.
Exactly. I did. I've got the plat. Technically, they screwed up on the plat because I've got it right here. I got it right here in front of me. They screwed up on the plat. So if I show you now on the original, because it says that they vacated it. Now there's also a 20-foot open easement that I'm going to show you once. I mean, I can, but that says there's supposed to be nothing over 24 inches above the curb. They got bushes, they got trees and everything. They're in violation of it. So, I mean, this trespassing sign has been there for 6 years because it's on Google Maps. If you look at Google Maps Street View, they went as far as the gate, and no trespassing signs in the picture. So it's an implied easement.
Yeah.
So no trespassing, no unauthorized persons, right? So the street traffic. So there you go.
I'm on a public sidewalk. I'm paying. You're being unprofessional. 703 conduct of your policy. So do me a favor.
You go in the back of my car.
Would you?
You go that option.
Okay, look. Now I'm off the property, right? But you're violating my First Amendment.
I'm not violating.
You are. What did I just tell you? I told you if you get in your CAD number, hold on. I told you if you give me CAD number, sir, don't turn this off. Sir, get your supervisor. Okay, I'm going in handcuffs. I'm live streaming. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. I just told you to give me a account number. I would leave. I'm on a public sidewalk, sir. Put your hands on your back. Okay, don't turn off my camera. Just I'll be put it in my pocket.
Bam, there you go.
And then he turned it off?
No, he knocked it out of my hand. And because it was in vertical mode, you know how it turns the camera or whatever?
Yeah.
It just it froze it for like 30, 40 minutes that I was in the back of that patrol car.
Dang, that's wild, dude. Yeah, you did straight up tell him, hey, give me the CAD number and your business card and I'll leave.
I told him like 3 times.
But then you're already off technically what he wanted to be the property. You're already off that property, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There. So he arrested you. You left the property and then he arrested you while you were off of it.
it was like a chili thing because I still backed up. Oh wait. Now, guess what the charge was?
What? Trespassing?
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct. That's another one that they could run to all the time, just like obstruction. And so disorderly conduct, this is just my opinion because I'm not an attorney, but disorderly conduct is you have to incite violence with your speech. You can't, like, what was disorderly?
Okay. Well, let me show you why they're using it after they post factoed the arrest. Because they didn't have grounds for it right there, right? They said I wouldn't leave. That was their big issue. Was supposedly I was trespassing, right?
Yeah.
So let me show you this here. I'm just going to show you the beginning of where they're trying to say that I was disorderly. This is the security guard that wouldn't let me in. This I started when I got off the phone and he started threatening to call Uber and the cops because I wasn't going to leave. I started live streaming. So here's the original video for an hour and a half. But I'm just going to let you catch the first probably a few minutes. But listen to the words that he says and how I respond to his words.
Can you leave?
As soon as you give me your name so I can file a complaint with you.
Can you leave?
Can you give me your name so I can file a complaint?
So is there anything wrong for asking for a name to file a complaint?
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is private property, so I mean, he doesn't have to give you his name.
He works for security.
Are you going to give me your name and I'll leave? Until then, I'm not leaving.
I'm not going to give.
It's privately contracted, though.
Well, then you wanted my driver's license, but yet you won't give me your name.
You racist. You told me to leave there because I'm from Africa. You racist.
No. I said you need to go back to Africa, learn the laws, and then come back here.
Give me your name. I'm gonna call Uber.
I'm not. You go ahead and call whatever you want. Give me your name. You want to threaten to call the police and stuff? Why don't you go ahead and give me your name?
Now, so did you hear? Now, the only reason I wanted his supervisor's name is because I told him to open the arm so I can make a U-turn. You see that truck he's walking out to?
Mm-hmm.
That's the middle of the intersection. That's like 2 car lengths behind me.
Okay.
So if I backed up right where he's at, I'll be in the middle of a public intersection. A public intersection.
Right.
Property that they don't own whatsoever.
So they wanted you to go reverse out of theirs, what they wanted.
Yeah, and that's not HOAs are not designed that way with gates. They have an entry turnaround point, which is what the access all these HOA terms I'm giving you are in the state law. So there is an entry access point, which is what that gate, little arm gate is. And then there's an entry turnaround point, which is what that thing is. They're supposed to have that black gate shuts to the subdivision. And when I called the HOA out on it, like the president, when he showed up, he goes, "Oh, we just don't feel like closing it. So we're not going to open this gate because it'll give you access." I'm just like, well, what's the point of having the gate if you're just going to leave it open?
Right.
You know, but I didn't get really confrontational with him. He didn't get confrontational with me until after I told him I was going to wait and I got out of the car. Then all of a sudden it was an issue.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen any disorderly conduct yet.
Well, they're trying to say because I told him to go back to Africa, that was disorderly conduct.
Oh, well, how could that be disorderly conduct? What violence are you threatening by saying that?
I'm not. They're saying, and then when I stated Texas Penal Code 42.15, which is disorderly conduct, and told them there was no breach of the peace after my hands were all oh, you didn't see my hands, did you?
No.
Man, they were. I think I have it saved on my other computer, but Dude, they cut off circulation on my hand so bad that I still can't feel. I got numbing and tingling in my hand.
Because of the handcuffs?
Yeah, he put them on tight. He put them in the wrong place. He tightened them down, and he never double locked them on me. And I'm a big guy. You saw me. I'll tell you right now. I can't fit with just one set of cuffs behind me. And he put those hinged cuffs on me. So they were my shoulder was all messed up. My hands were messed up. And the minute they put them on me, I was asking for a supervisor. And you heard me ask for a supervisor when my camera got knocked down, right?
Yeah.
I was also immediately asking for medical. Because the minute you start asking for medical and you're hurt, they can't take you to jail. They got to get medical out there and a supervisor first. It's a little trick, by the way. If you ever want to learn, tell them you're hurt, you need medical. If you ever get arrested and you want a supervisor there, just ask for medical to check you out. Tell them you're hurt or you're having like your heart's racing and you need medical. It may not stop you from going to jail, but it'll stop them from taking you to jail at that moment. And then you'll end up having a supervisor on scene because the use of force policy's use of force report's got to be filled out. That's just a quick trick that us auditors need to really learn with all of us. I don't care if you got a faking injury. Ask for medical. Say your heart's racing. Say whatever the case is, you hurt me. I need medical to check me out.
Yeah, I don't know if you should be advising people to be lying. You know what I mean?
Hey, your heart could be racing. I don't know. You could be having a medical issue that I don't know that's underlying. I don't know what your stuff is. I'm just saying that you guys, I'm just letting you know that if you ask for medical,
right,
it stops the clock because a supervisor use of force report has to be filled out.
And see, the thing too is like even when the supervisors come, they don't do anything. They don't care anyways. You know what I mean? So
that's how mine got dropped down to a
supervisor. Like, oh yeah, totally. They're always going to back up their officer no matter what.
Actually, in this case, they dropped it from a Class B down to a Class C municipal charge. They got me for disorderly conduct, quote unquote language. And then the guy lied in the report and said, did you hear me use the F-bomb when I said to go back to Africa?
Well, I didn't even hear you say that yet. So, when you said it just now.
No, I never curse. I never curse.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you can say F-bomb if you want. You know what I mean? That's not disorderly conduct.
But here's the thing.
I mean, I don't know if it would be disorderly conduct because it's on private property. I don't think so. I think I don't know how disorderly conduct. I could see trespassing, but not disorderly conduct.
But I was on a public sidewalk. I was on an implied sidewalk. Now,
right.
Do you see? Now look at the reflection. You see that I'm sitting down in a car with a seatbelt on.
Yep.
It's not an immediate breach of the peace. He's not close enough. He's not close enough right here.
Name.
Look, and I'm zoomed in a little bit. But look, who looks like the provoker?
Give me your name. I will leave. You know you're live right now on YouTube. You're live. You're live. You're live.
You told me to go back to Africa.
No, I said you need to learn the laws. No.
You're racist.
Yeah, you know what? Go to Africa. Come back and learn when you learn the law. No.
Now, you see, I told him to come back just after he learned our laws.
Yeah.
That's all. Flower wants to know who this guy on with BZ. The myth, the man, the legend. How do you not know him, Flower? This is Mr. Hunky Audits, as the girls like to call him.
No, that's not what they call him.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, how'd you find out about Kadena, bro? Because I found that out the other day. I put my 2 and 2 together, and I did like a little live stream on it. And I found out that was your little. I was like, man, that girl looks familiar. That looks like that one chick that he said was a little hottie down. And then I looked her up, and I said, I can't see her name tag, but the voice, everything sounded familiar. I looked up the name on the person, and then I found out it was Kadena.
Yep. Yeah, it's Cadena.
Cadena,
which is chain in Spanish. And I found out through James Freeman. He actually called me, dude, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, you're live right now," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was on the Fake News Network channel, and he did. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm going to bring you up if you have time." And I was like, "Sure." And he's like, "I want to watch a short." And so we watched the short, and then he kind of broke it down because the title of the short has 11 million views, is Lady Cop Honors Her Oath. And everyone thinks she's so great. And then, you know, when I watched the video with James, I was like, wow, she really let me down, man. So if you guys don't know what happened, she was a great cop. But I was out there with ANCAP Cop Watch and for the record. Yeah. And she was great, man. She was awesome. And then come to find out, another guy, they were there for an unrelated thing for some kind of code violation. And they detained him. And she said she put him in handcuffs because I think it was, quote, because you're making me nervous, right? So you're making me nervous doesn't give you reasonable articulable suspicion to put someone in handcuffs and detain them. And then she changed it to, oh, well, you didn't give me your name when I asked. Well, first of all, he doesn't have to give his name because, again, you have to have RAS to get his name. And then she changed it again to, well, you had a necklace on with a container around it, which could contain drugs. That's the reason she had to put him in handcuffs. So that's also not reasonable articulable suspicion. Come to find out, and then they did a horrible job all the way around. They had him in the back of that police cruiser for about 45 minutes. They'd never patted him down. So he had a gun on him. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't have shot back either. You know what I mean? If he had his gun and pulled it on him. And I'm not saying he was a great citizen or anything. He'd been in trouble with the law for some pretty bad stuff. But the man should have never been in custody in the first place. They didn't have reasonable articulable suspicion.
Well, you're missing out. You're missing out one important detail.
They could be charged with the M word, the unaliving someone.
You're missing one important detail about that though that you missed.
What? Everything
that you said was almost exactly spot on. You didn't see that video well enough to where when she says, "What do you got?" There's a gun. The one dude reaches in and grabs the gun from him, and then he steps back and both officers unalive him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the gun the whole time?
Yeah, it was his gun. He had it in his waistband. She never did a pat
down. I know that, but I'm saying the cop had the gun with the cop had the gun when they shot him.
He shoved her out of the way. She backed up. He reached in. He grabbed the gun. He backed up. The other female and male shot him.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, man.
So that's why
piece of trash, dude. I go to Albuquerque a lot because I have a lot of family that live out there, and I hope that I run into her again because she's going to get an earful.
She's in the El Paso, Texas National Guard.
Oh, she is
out of El Paso, Texas National Guard out of El Paso.
Yeah. Well, they don't have any training on the Constitution for the military either, so that's why you have all those videos of military installations where they're trying to tell you that you can't record this because it's a military installation, stuff like that.
Here, actually, let's see. Maybe I have some here. Hang on a second. Video file. Maybe I may have to slides of PDFs. I don't know if I can pull that up. My computer. Let's see if I can. I think I can only pull up a PDF. Yeah. Custom files. All files. There we go. Hang on. I think I got it. I pulled up one of her photos from something else. Like I said, here we go.
Her first name's Precious.
Yep, it's Precious Cadena.
Yep.
It won't let me pull it. I have to I guess I have to share something else. But yeah, it's I looked at her LinkedIn profile. She's all about looking good on camera. I think she was one of those DEI hire. To be honest with you, DEI hires. Because how does she the way she acted with you, I mean, yeah, you might have seemed like she was cool, but I thought she was completely unprofessional the way she talked. Yeah, man, okay, homie.
Right. Yeah, what up, G? Yeah, I got you, G. Right? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that kind of stuff, but yeah, you're right. It wasn't professional. But, she gets shook, dude. I did a full-length video too, and she got really shook with the child abuse thing, which I can understand, but she got really shook on this one. I guess, they're both.
Do you know that was a bad... That was the bad one too. Did you not look at that call all the way, that body cam footage?
Yeah, I saw the body cam footage.
They went in without a search warrant.
I saw what the news put up though. I didn't see the raw footage.
They went in without a search warrant and they snatched that kid up without actually securing people with more officers. Even though there was a kid suffering. I'm not going to deny.
Yeah, they would have RAS, a probable cause to take the kid because
they needed a warrant because it's a home.
Well, they invited them in, though, right? They didn't just barge their way in.
I don't know. Those people were not wanting them in because that dog was barking at them. They closed the gate.
I didn't see any forced entry where they barged their way into the house, but I don't know. I have to watch it.
It looks kind of barged, but I mean, I'll go back and look at it and double check it. I mean, from what I was looking at, I was like, dude, they don't have a warrant to go in there searching for this kid. I understand if they're doing a welfare check or they have like somebody that tips somebody off. The thing is, why didn't they have CPS with them?
Yeah.
You know, why didn't they have a social service worker with them to check? It's not the cop's job to determine whether or not that kid is you know, living in a good living condition. That's what CPS is for. The cops are basically there just to protect the social service person from you know, any attack like that. I think that mom started to get irate and somebody like held her back or whatever. Why Kadena got the kid out of there. I think that's if I can recall, that's what happened. But
Yeah,
I'd have to go back and look. But
I mean, I don't know if they're the police officers are qualified to make that decision, but when it gets to the point of what it was, where that kid had black eyes and was beat up that bad, I mean, it doesn't take anyone can just make that decision at that point. You know what I mean?
no, and I look, I get that. I'm not hating her on it for doing it. I'm just saying that she it looked like she broke policy and the law to do it. You know, it's
Right.
like, you know, you can't.
I don't know. I'd have to see the raw footage to.
I said it looked like I'd have to go back and look at it myself. I'm just saying with any cop, you can't be like Batman and take something off your belt or break the law to bring somebody to justice. That's not your job.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like Superman and go in and swoop in and bring the bad guys to justice, violating their rights. You know, it doesn't matter. You are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like we got some trolls in here, man.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of trolls in the vertical ones though.
I don't know if they're coming for me or coming for you. Either way, they're still coming.
Oh, they're coming for you because it's your stream.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
But please note the views expressed in this post are do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the audience. You know what? We're just talking. I mean, we're just talking about Kadena and the Carolina situation. Like I said, I'm gonna be there again tomorrow morning, man.
Sorry. Hey, what's up?
I muted him, guys. Michael Eline, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, Carolina? Here, let me put that up until he's ready to come back. Carolina is in the clinker. No, she got found guilty on one charge and innocent on one. She's in the clinker for the night because couldn't get the bond extended till tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the sentencing trial that's about to take place tomorrow morning. But I got a great shot of Kruger. I got a great shot of them two girls. Yep, exactly, Mike. So that's what's up. That is what's up for the night. That's why we're covering this stuff, showing a few different things, comparing arrests, and I'm just waiting for DMA to come back on. He's on the phone right now. Guilty of interference, innocent of a false alarm, not guilty of a false alarm. Failure to ID? Really, Sin City? You? Well, you should have just gave up that ID instead of going to jail. How much money? We don't know because the jury is going to set the punishment, Michael. She elected for the jury to set the punishment instead of the judge. So she's only like in a cell for the night or something. We don't have I don't know if we have an appellate lawyer. I know they're going to file a motion for the appeal. So that way she don't go to jail, but most likely she'll get promotion either way or probation either way. So, Mike, here, let me send you an email, bro. Or here, take the link. I'm gonna link it to you real quick. Come up so you can talk about this with me. I would love for you to come up here and talk to me about this. Just making sure. I'm checking. Sorry, DMA's still on the phone. I'm just checking to see if he was off the phone yet while I'm doing this. So just hang on, y'all. I'm just waiting because I just put him on mute real quick and took his camera off the. All right, there we go. Michael, I sent you the link. Come up and let's talk about it, dude. Because I got to tell you, don't go anywhere, Jeff. No. No, Jeff. Oh. Failure to ID? No, on your mom's property. You were trespassing. You were suspected of trespassing. Just kidding. I don't know. I wasn't there. I sent it, Michael. Send it to Circle of Trust. Circle Legal Trust. There you are.
What's up, big
There
dog?
you are. There you are, in-house counsel. How are you, sir?
Starving.
You're like the angry vet, always eating on camera.
Man, I gotta get something to eat. I'm sorry. I did a show earlier, and I'm digging through the fridge trying to get some chow.
I'm just waiting for DMA to come back. But he's got it muted. He's on a phone call. But yeah, man, I watched I got there a little late yesterday after jury selection, and then today the same juror didn't show up. I'm sorry, Monday was the jury selection, which I missed. Yesterday was supposed to be trial. I showed up just as they were saying that the juror didn't show up because they called out sick.
Yep.
Go back in today at 9. Same juror called out sick again, and another juror decided to say that they had to drive to Midland because their daughter got arrested. So we had a mistrial. Then they had another jury selection right away.
What?
Then we had trial at 1:30 again. And then by about 4:30, the verdict came out that she was guilty of interference, but not guilty of alarm. She made some sort of deal before she got the lawyer about dropping the resisting and dropping the evading charge if they didn't show the point where after Kruger said you're under arrest and showed all that excessive force.
So is that a misdemeanor or an infraction that she got convicted?
It's a misdemeanor. It's Class B. 180 up to a max of 180 days in jail.
Oh man,
Same
poor
thing
thing.
Chili got for that obstruction charge.
Yeah. It's too bad she didn't have what's his name? The colonel.
Well, she had that Mark Shafe guy, that card that I sent you, the information I sent you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
He was
I don't know
pretty
enough.
good, man. He was a pretty good litigator. Hey, DMA, you coming back? You good?
What's up, DMA?
You gotta tap your mic. You gotta tap your mic, bro. Tap your mic. Tap your mic. Turn your volume up.
All right. Hey, guys, I gotta go, man. Sorry. But
All right. Well, Michael Elon says, hey, he's in the room there.
What's up, homeboy?
yo, what up? What up, Michael? How you doing, man?
Just
Bro. Well,
getting
hey,
ready
man,
to crash out.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate
Hey, you look like you're getting all
coming up,
cozy in your pillow there.
Yeah.
Go to bed, dude. So yeah, I gotta get going, man. So but keep me updated, bro, on text me tomorrow so I can know what's going on with Carolina.
I will. I'll let you know.
All right. Cool, man.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye, man.
Right,
But
So do you think they'll give her time served or something?
see, that's what I was discussing with his lawyer or her lawyer earlier today, because
Okay.
I'm connected real well with the lawyer. I mean, he gave me a ride home and everything today.
Oh, nice.
So it was on his way home, so it was cool. We were talking about that, like probation, time served. You know, that way she's not in the clinker while we're trying to do the appeal process. And he said, yeah, all that, but she left it up to the jury. But because she left it up to the jury, now we got to do the jury trial. So it's like having a second trial.
So there was a guilty phase, and then there's going to be a sentencing phase.
Yep.
So it was bifurcated.
Is what?
They call it a bifurcated trial.
Yep. That's pretty much what's happened. Now, I got Kruger on camera. I started asking him questions today on my body camera because my live stream wasn't working because of the signal.
Yeah.
I got him. I chased him up the stairs. I said, "You're lucky I'm overweight and out of shape, because I'm not chasing you up them stairs."
That's funny.
It was funny, bro. I got that on my body camera. Wait till I get that. Now, I'm not going to post any of that footage until after her sentencing, but I've got 2 clips of Kruger. One that somebody sent me because I guess I just missed it. I didn't see that. That was when Mata chased after him.
Yeah.
And then 2, the one that I got this morning in the courthouse. So I'm not going to release any of that until after she's done.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just come back and say that they went home and they saw the video and it was influenced. And
Well, how was it I guess it's a unanimous jury then.
no, actually, it was unanimous on the guilty verdict. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was unanimous on both charges, or it would have been mistrial.
Okay, so
We had one lawyer who happened to be a former city judge or magistrate, and then we had another engineer lawyer, and then we had a teacher. And I really thought that was going
you mean
well.
juror,
Yeah,
not lawyer, juror.
no, two of the jurors were lawyers.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So we really
Wow.
thought that maybe they're going to look at the facts, because they mentioned no crime scene tape, no personnel keeping people back, no cones, no flashing lights, nothing to indicate that she would be crossing into a crime scene. We don't know what Kruger was doing on the computer because nobody could see what was on the computer but Kruger. And they made a deal to where anything after when he said, "You're arrested," all that excessive force, everything on the camera, not admitted into evidence.
What? Wow. Yeah, I look, man, I don't know.
That was before this attorney, bro. She did that when she was pro se, I think.
Okay. Well, we need to
But he's
to
already working
answer
on. Yeah, go ahead.
to answer Copser 5150. I don't know, dude. I mean, typically I don't get involved in a case unless I'm on it from the very beginning, because I don't like cleaning up other people's messes as a lawyer. It sounds like there were a lot of mistakes made, and I'm not sure who made them, but I want to know more about it.
Well, I'll tell you what. The assistant district attorney, the guy third in line from the DA. So DA, whoever else the other guy is, and him. He tries unaliving cases, capital unaliving cases. For
Right.
some reason, they really wanted to stick it to Carolina on this one.
Well, they got a lot of liability. Now with the conviction, it's going to be near impossible for her to prevail, many would say, in a civil rights case. So,
Well, and I told her from the beginning she needed to do this as a retaliation thing, not. They tried to kind of do it, but without Kruger. First off, they subpoenaed 5 people from the defense. They subpoenaed 5 people, 5 officers. All 5 showed up, but only one was allowed to go on the stand. That was one of the girls.
it sounds like a lot of evidence wasn't included in the case that perhaps should have been. But
That's for grounds for the appeal.
There might very well be reversible error, but I would have to look at the jacket and understand more about the case. But right now, I'm more concerned about she's basically a senior citizen who's locked in jail, and that makes me very unhappy.
Well,
she's already been punished enough by getting body slammed and getting her head broken open.
Oh, that's why I tell everybody, if you're facing criminal charges at any time that you're going to be facing jail time,
Yeah.
or in a case like this, get a lawyer. Do not represent yourself.
And don't make a bunch of YouTube videos. Shut your freaking mouth, because a guy like me, when I see that, I don't want to represent someone like that. I'm like, no thanks, I can't help you. Just not. Yeah.
I mean, my little municipal court. I mean, worst case scenario, it's $500 fine. I mean, I might as well fight it myself. Cost me $5,000 for an attorney. I might as well just fight it myself.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what I keep trying to teach y'all, and I know it's hard because look, I got arrested too for doing the same kind of crap years ago, is to not get arrested, to do things in a way that you don't get arrested. And I know it's easier said than done, especially when you're trying to hold the government accountable. But I'm really worried about her. I care about her as a human being. And, she got railroaded from the very beginning. And no woman deserves to be manhandled like that and get dropped on their head. That really makes me angry. I can't believe a jury would even consider convicting her after what happened to her, just based on that. Did they see any of that video of her getting knocked out? Her head busted open, any of that stuff?
Yep. And look, they've already got her. Hang on a second right here. They've already got her booked in, man. That happened quick, man. I'm telling you. Here, let me do this.
You have any ladies in your chat? I'd like to see what they got.
I got a few women in there. Keebler's a woman. In fact, she's got court tomorrow. In fact, too.
You see, I'm on my phone, so it's hard for me to see. I was gonna say hi, y'all, ladies.
There you go. That's fresh. That would just happen at like within the last couple hours.
Hold on, let me try to get back to where. Oh, there's the comments. Hold on. Okay.
Now they have the charge of false alarm on here, but that's not what she was convicted of.
Fudge. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here, buddy. I can hear you. Now you're not. Now you're gone. But right there on the docket, it wasn't even. It doesn't. They don't even have the right charge up there. Can't bond her out. Can't do nothing. There you are. You're back.
Oh, hey, yeah. Sorry, guys.
You must have dropped or something, but
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm wiped out. You know, I got up at like 05 to do my lawyer workout this morning, and then I went live tonight because I got a bunch of requests from people to do different videos. Poor thing, man. She's just out there doing what she thinks is right. Well, that's definitely not going to help her civil rights lawsuit.
no. But like I said, if we went on appeals, the only problem is you only have a year to file excessive force 1983s down here.
Yeah, and the costs involved of bringing an appeal.
So, well, you better hope they didn't mix them up, because if she's getting charged with falsifying alarm, it holds an extra 6 months. Where'd you go, Michael? You keep dropping.
Hey guys, I guess I'm not able to chat when I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you can. You just hit the little chat on the right side of the thing where it says comments.
I don't have that on my phone.
Oh, are you on the web browser or are you on the guest app?
I just says StreamYard, so I can't. I tried doing chat and it knocked me off. Now I'm on your thing twice, it looks like.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. If I drop this one, I'm hoping you don't drop altogether.
I'm here. There you go. Well, guys, I'm sorry I'm not in my studio. I had to, I got to take. I'm just wiped out. But let me see here. I see you got.
Yeah, I need to get some money made, Mike. So we need to.
Got to figure something out. I'm trying to help you get people to buy at least your self-defense products, but
That Cash App or anything, man. PayPal.
well, YouTube's been also restricting me too. Like I'm not getting anywhere near the traffic and stuff that I was. And I've been hearing that universally from anybody who is engaged in cop watching or anything that's they deem to be like anti-government. They're just not.
Well, I screwed up when I privatized everything for like a week or two or whatever it was. Now that I
Yeah.
brought everything back up, I've noticed instead of getting like 10 and 15 people steadily, I've been up to like 40 something tonight. So it's been steadily increasing again on the vertical mode.
Oh, I see. So it's starting to come back.
Yeah, it's starting to come back a little bit. So
Yeah.
but I just pretty much came on here to kind of, keep everybody posted. Try to see if if I could, because I missed the whole day of editing and streaming today. So I missed basically the whole day of because I couldn't film in the courtroom. You know what I mean? And I was taking notes. I don't know if you can see this in the background, but I was sitting there literally taking notes from the prosecution and the defense on both sides. But
Yeah.
that female cop lied 3 times on the stand. And I'm trying to tell the lawyer, but the lawyer didn't hear it. Oh, here we go. How did CFW trial go, Brandon Mitchell? Well, gee, look at the mugshot. You tell me. That pretty much says it all. She got convicted of 1 charge and not guilty on the other.
Poor thing.
That's just the short version. Yep. Because they could actually the judge went to the point of calling the bondsman, trying to get the bond extended for a day till court tomorrow morning, but he couldn't get a hold of anybody who could make that decision. The prosecutor was like, Judge, that's not the law. You can't just extend that to her. I mean, they were sticking that DA is a dick.
Yeah, that's what
Straight
they do.
dick. But I mean, dude, when you're making deals with black robe tyrants and DAs, but without a lawyer present.
Yeah. Well, BZ, I'm gonna have to bone out, brother. I got shit I gotta do, but keep me
You
posted
said
on what's
bone.
going
Ha,
on.
ha, ha, ha. I'm just kidding. Make sure you
Okay.
guys go over to Michael Eli's channel, like and subscribe if you already haven't done so. Make sure you get his law book, How to Become a Lawyer Without Going to Law School, through his PayPal for $19.95 through PayPal as ebook. Not a hard copy. It's an ebook.
Oh
Make sure
God.
you get that.
All right.
And make
All
sure
right.
you guys don't believe in the Leviathan. Make sure that, no, I'm just kidding.
Love you guys, man. I'll
let
talk
you-
to you soon.
All right, Brad, later. Sorry, guys. I was trying to hit him with that. But yeah, she got arrested, guys. That's but help a brother out. I missed a lot of income today, guys. I got 1 super chat right there. 1 super chat. And Keebler's going to trial tomorrow. I almost said the dungeon. I didn't mean to say that, Keebler. I meant to say trial or court. But at least we got you the money raised to get there. Oh, Brandon, Brandon, she only has to do the night because she's got a sentencing trial tomorrow. Because she allowed the jury to decide her fate. So we got to go through another trial tomorrow to see what the sentencing is going to be. So it could be from time served to 180 days in the clinker. So I have a feeling we got some bootlickers in there, and they may try to give her some time, but we're going to try to get it appealed. Yeah, they could. She's already done at least 1 day plus whatever days she spent in the jail. It's another pretrial? Okay, well, pretrial is better than trial. At least then you're not facing the fate she did today. Pretrial means you're going to get all your discovery evidence, Keebler. Make sure you get all your discovery. Get all your discovery, all your 911 calls, your police reports. Yes, I do, Roger Lane, right here. Oh, OTVO's already got a handle. Unibomb diggity. Bomb diggity. Actually, if you go to, hang on a second. Hold on. I forgot to change it in the Nightbot. Hold on. Damn it! I forgot to change it in Nightbot. Dude. Hold on. Let me change it right now in Nightbot. Nightbot.tv. Damn it. Can't believe I forgot to do that. I changed it the other day and then didn't do it. Commands. PayPal. Where are you at? There you are. Let's edit you, sucker. And we're going to get rid of that. All right. All right. Jenna Weeks in the house. There we go. For who asked about PayPal? Who was it? Roger Lane. Roger Lane. Are you listening in the land of the dungeon. They put on torture cuffs. They don't use any lube. Walking in a horrible county jail. It's a horrible song too, huh? There you go. Roger Lane, I'll put the new one in there. Let me do this real quick. My Lord. Is everybody live right now? Probably, huh? Roger Lane. Roger Lane. Man, everybody says no, she's not guilty. I like it. Dude. Free CFW. Don't worry, she'll be free at least tomorrow. I know. If you were live, I know. Dude, I get it. I get it. Yep. I had to get over to the courthouse, man. I want to edit some videos, but man, I'm so tired. I gotta get to bed, man. I gotta get up and be there again at 9. To gosh damn dog and pony shield. Yep, that's it. Might have to separate. I'm paying for me to get my Medicaid. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, Marcy. You gotta do what you gotta do, sweetheart. Sometimes it's crappy, but man, that's crazy. That's a lot of money. Dude, that's because we had trolls in here, bro. That's the only reason. And then we had Raymond McLeod, who supported us earlier with $5 super chat. You guys can also buy memberships too. Trust me, I'm gonna have some more emojis coming in. I'm probably gonna put some in tonight. I just got to do it from my phone. That's how I crop my pictures. Do. That's right. No such thing as innocent. See, with a membership, you guys get all those emojis. See? Put the emojis in. See? You got all them emojis. For those who are members. Got a bill for $111,000. What? It's insane. Buy almost a house for that. Well, you used to be able to back in the day. Oh, thank you, Roger. I appreciate that. You also got a wrench, buddy. You've been here long enough. I just haven't seen you in a while. Just trying to see. Don't worry. You guys stay here long enough and do what you're supposed to do. You get a wrench too. I just don't hand them out. I got a lot of people because they're core people. Like Sin City's a member. She stays around for a while. She'll probably get a wrench. Appreciate you. You guys have any more questions about Carolina? Because I know there's other people live. I know you guys are probably going to want to go watch them. Plus, I got to get some rest. Damn, I'm tired. I just now hit me. So let's see what we got for videos and pictures because I've got that plugged in. Hold on. Hold the phone. Oh, that came unplugged. That's why. Okay. There we go. Plug that sucker back in. Yeah, you can support me all you want, Jenna. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's go to bed. No, not yet. I mean, I don't know what I got there. Oh, but I did save that command in there. So you guys, PayPal's updated on the thing, so it's easier to go right to my link. So let's see what I got on the E drive. Let's see what kind of files I got. Oh, I'm gonna have fun editing these pictures, these videos. All right, guys, what do you think? Yeah, I'm gonna be hurting tomorrow too. So Keebler, like, text me tomorrow with your trial and stuff. If you want, what we can do is we'll cover it. Got up right before 5 p.m. So I'll be up until I get back to. If you want to cover it tomorrow, man, maybe we can go a little live, Keebler, for a little bit and kind of discuss how your pre-trial went and kind of get the word out and see what we can do. I gotta cover Carolina in the morning anyway, so. But everybody good? Anybody having a request? I got 31 people in here. Oh yeah, that's exactly right. Keep us posted. Then we got TAPSSECURITYPRODUCTS.com. If you guys need some gifts, you need to buy some last minute stuff, make sure you guys get over there. Yeah, text me. Just text me. Let me know what's going on, Keebler, so we can collaborate with whatever it is, public records you got, or discovery evidence, or whatever else that we may need to. I'll help you with your case. I mean, you seem like you're pretty much on top of it, but we'll collab just in case. We just don't want you to miss anything. So we'll figure it out together if you want. But TAPSSECURITYPRODUCTS.com. Get your gifts now. All right, Roger Lane, I appreciate you, brother. I will see you guys on the next. I'm gonna get the flock out of here. Man, Sin City, you need to reach out to me too. Maybe we can cover your court case too. I'll cover all these court cases. I don't care. Be like a trifecta court day. OTBO, later, brother. But I'm going to get the flock out of here. Y'all go to bed, get some rest, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Have a good night, y'all. Another great product brought to you by TAP Security Products. We're offering now some BZ Watchdog merchandise. We have a beanie, a mug, a t-shirt, and a hoodie. Get them while supplies last through the website TAPSSECURITYPRODUCTS.com.